Okay, Taurus, come on in, come on in. We've got a reading here for you that is very full of heart emotion. You are all about expressing yourself through the heart and looking at the wholeness of yourself through your interaction of your relationships. Also, to love choices or the choice, very much so the choice of the interaction between you and another person. So stay tuned, we're going to talk all about it. Hey Taurus, how's it going? We've got your cards here for mid-November into a little bit of December. If you want to know some of the most in-depth information about November, then I would check out the video that I did called Crucial Information. It's November Astrology. I'll put a link below in the description. That gets really detailed. It's kind of long, so you might want to, I don't know, do some cleaning and listen to it almost like a podcast, but it gets really in depth, especially on some things that are happening now with the planets that are going to continue on for the next 2 years, in particular themes that I thought was really, really important. Anyway, it's there if you'd like to take a look at it. But for now, let's look just directly at Taurus. November here, the last few weeks. You know, I've been really happy with a lot of these readings. Not as much heavy energy as what we've been going through. So there's a lightening up. Of course, we're going from the eclipses in Scorpio now into, yay, Sagittarius, and there's a lot more lightening. Not that there isn't great growth in Scorpio, if we can take it. But now, we're coming into the holiday seasons, and we'll see how everybody wants to participate in those. And it looks like they are. So give me just a sec so I can straighten these out, and then I'll come right back with your reading. Okay, Taurus, so yours is interesting. Your reading, there's a lot of emotions there. There's a fullness to your emotions. And in the center section, it does say, yes, there is the aspect of traveling, going to seeing people because of the holiday seasons. I do get that within the cards. I mean, Sagittarius had a similar thing, but yours has a level of even more fullness of emotionality. It's like you're observing the way your relationships and even you give yourself as a whole person to your relationships and how it makes you feel. It's really important for you. It's going beyond the mind. It's really full within your heart energy. You're really observing that. And the people that you feel tender towards, that you value. Very interesting to see you reflecting upon that and observing that. And it is really quite a level of yourself of who you give your love to, how you give your love, and how that really is who you are at the deepest level. And I mean, all signs can go through periods where they look at that, and you're doing that right now. Instead of sometimes other people being really heady or action-oriented, you're full of heart right now. And observing that and how it reflects on your wholeness as a person. It's fascinating. So just recently, now one thing down here which is kind of funny, it talks about how you had to make some financial decisions to switch up how you were working things out to make things workable within your financial situation. How do I put it? You can get into a sticky situation and then get positive and rework it so it blooms in the fashion that you need it to. You had to get clever recently with that. But it looks like even though you're able to take the right actions, and now you're going to be taking the right actions, but you didn't take some right actions in the past, you'll definitely be successful, and you have a good attitude towards, you're going to take things on and keep going with your actions no matter what. So, that's on that like base survival level. But coming back to the emotional level, which is still at the core of things, it is definitely talking about, like, there is something like, if there are Tauruses out there that are involved in relationships or choosing between relationships, it does say within your environment or coming forward that there's definitely going to be levels of choice in either between two people, or choice in how you are giving your love between you and another person, but definitely relationship oriented in the next coming 2 weeks you're going to be looking at. And it is because it's full of heart right now. So lots of choices though. I don't know if you're making decisions on the people that you're choosing to give your attentions to and why. It's a full picture of it, that's for sure, because you definitely have the World card here, which is, when you have the World card, it definitely is a card where you're becoming whole, the full part of you, the full world, your full world. And yours is definitely right side up, and it's definitely with the intuition, but you're really taking that on as a whole person. Okay, going into the future too, there's, the intuition of the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess are very intuitive cards, very psychic, very intuitive cards. And once again, you're doubled up on the Six of Cups. And when we see in the Six of Cups, do you see this energy? Do you see this? This is, let me pull it down here. So you've had this exchange between these two. It's younger, it's gentle, it's very soft, okay? It's very lovely. They look like two children, but a lot of times this card can be people coming back from the past, or viewing, remembering the past, or childhood, or gentleness. But also within your reading, it's really, really, really giving forth the energy of the tenderness of exchanged love, and how you see it and how it makes you a whole person. So I feel that very strongly within your cards. Yours is more soft and emotional, but soft, but deep. So deep that it's a little bit overwhelming, because it's very full. Fascinating. It does talk about within your hopes and fears and going into the future, that you don't want to have arguments. You don't want to have intensities, because you've got the Queen of Cups there. You're also trying to become positive and of your best side of yourself, and coming from your more emotional side. And I guess you do see too that is definitely one of your best attributes and qualities, and it is in each sign, but your particular way of how you give is it's very, very, very heart oriented. So you might even feel a little bit sentimental, and really want to get with the people that have a good exchange of love back and forth, so that you can feel that deeply. It does say that in the future that you might be taking a different level of sorry, one of the kitties is making noise, probably don't hear it on the microphones, but a different path, or changing it up on some of your strategies on how you want to express yourself verbally, and manifest. So you're changing that up a little bit. I wonder what that's going to look like. And want to make sure you do it in the most honest way possible. Like, especially too, if you decide to leave one company and go somewhere else, try to do that. I mean, if you can't, I'm not telling you what to do, but try to do it as honest as possible. There's, you got the card of like going the lone wolf, and going new directions, going your own path, making your own path, going your own way. But the biggest thing from yours is right now is your fullness of heart, your fullness of your offerings, your observations, and how this, totally relates to you, the giving and receiving, but even just the giving. So give me a moment. I'll come right back with the wrap up. Just a quick reminder to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. This will give you a feel for which energetic you're possibly experiencing right now. And if you would like a detailed personal reading, you can book a reading at ctgtarot.com. And thank you for subscribing and clicking the like button. The kitties and I are very grateful. Okay, Taurus, within the wrap up, the biggest thing is seeing that within the next couple weeks here that you're going to be emotionally full and viewing things from that level, and your whole person, you being a whole person from the emotional side of it. It does say that you could be going on a trip, or traveling to see people, and you definitely want to choose to see people that you have a really good emotional connection to, not just something or someone you're obligated to go see. Because when you're working with dealing this full on that level, the cats are going nuts right now. You definitely want to take heed of that and join with people that you're going to have really great experiences with. You're listening to your guides and your angels. You are definitely being more realistic. You had to do financial things to jump through some hoops to get that working out well for you. You made some bad decisions in the past, but you're victorious with the decisions that you're making now. Definitely possible love choices in the future. Choosing either two different choices or choosing really being the choice of how you're coming back and forth between the one that you're with. It's all about you right now and your choices, because it's very full. I do want to say this real quick. With some of you, can be so full right now that it might overwhelm you and feel a tiny bit like a really slight level of a panic attack because it's so full of emotion. Just letting you know that take a breath and just calm yourself a little bit when you feel this so full of observing life and how you feel about it in your relationships. So moving forward, you might take some new paths of, I don't know if it's like leaving a relationship or a job, or going a lone wolf and going a different directions. Very much so a possibility. You definitely don't want to have arguments. You're not wanting that because you don't want the emotional side of that, but you're really trying to come forward and feeling new identity, fresh, new, shed the old, especially anything where someone's saying hurtful, harmful words within the swords. You guys stop. They're just going crazy right now. But so the biggest thing is, you have the intuitive, go with it, really go deep, Taurus. It looks like you're going deep emotional, and see what you can learn from that. Sagittarius is, we're coming into Saggy season, and we're getting actually off of the Scorpio, which is going deep, and maybe that coming from that, you want to go into the supportive role of your feelings. That's going to be really interesting. I can't wait to see what you derive from this after you come from all this level of feeling. But it's good. It's very gentle. It's very gentle and well-meaning. So good luck with that, Taurus, and hopefully it all goes really well. Okay, talk soon. Mush, mush.